Very good morning, team. This is Amir Mustafa. In today's video, we will understand Docker's Bindmount. Why is it important and what specific problem this concept fixes? So let us go straight to the problem. In the previous video, we understood what is Docker volume. You have seen named and anonymous volume. The issue is that whenever we do edit in the code, we change any code, in that point of time we refresh in the browser, it does not instantly reflect, which is the core concept of Docker. That is, whenever we edit any code, we need to create the image, build the image, create the container instance on top of that image, and then only code reflects in the browser. Now think we are in development environment now, we are continuously doing code changes, and it will be a long process. So this is the problem which Bindmount fixes. What it does, we write code in the local and it immediately fixes it, refreshes it in the browser, and it's a very easy concept. Let us quickly implement it. Before going there, let's understand once again. There are two types of external data storages. One is volumes, and the second one which we'll understand today is Bindmount. In volume, we have seen that there are two kind of volumes, named volumes and anonymous volume. What problem named volume fixed was that whenever suppose we had a Node.js application and we saved lots of file in some local devices, say temp folder or a document folder, some import is going in the application where file is being saved. Now suppose we did some code change, and after that we recreated the container instance. So the old file in the previous container was getting lost. So for that volume concept came, and we stored somewhere in the local storage. Docker stored it by itself, we do not know the path, and this problem volume fixes for us. That was the one concept, that suppose there is a file in our application, lots of file in the application. Now suppose a new instance of container is created. Why? Because we changed something in the code, and old file was getting lost, so it stored somewhere in the host machine and file was saved. Now let's come to Bindmount. Now Bindmount, what it solves us is, suppose we are in development mode, again and again we need to build the file, build the image. So this process is a redundant process. So what it will, final product of Bindmount will be that we do code change in local and instantly it will reflect in the browser on refresh. Yes, this is all the concept. We'll be using Node.js application. We'll implement Bindmount, and so there are a couple of things we need to do in the settings before implementing in the code. For Windows user, this setting need to do, because file sharing is auto on. We need not do this setting, it is by default on. For Mac and Linux user, what we need to do, we'll be seeing here. We'll click in the top, click Docker sign, click on preferences, Okay. We click resources over here, click file sharing. So what we are trying to do now, that let me open my, okay, VS Code is only off. So what we are trying to do over here, my project is kept in this path. I've already added this path, user Amir Mustafa development, and this is the project name, the application name. So we need to add this path over here. It need not be the exact path, means still project path. We can also keep the root user, means the project, any path in which project is there we need to add. Suppose there is suppose the file is kept in one external drive, say H drive, then we have to click this plus, and we need to copy the root folder. Root folder is enough because we can keep more projects over there. So that path should be known by the Docker. This is the first step. Okay. I'll be pausing this video till my editor opens. I think it is taking some time. A browser has opened up. Our Visual Studio Code is now ready. So normally we are in our Node.js application. This is a very simple application. If you have been following the previous video, this is just a basic one server.file, which is app.js main file, and two file is there which renders in the browser, which shows some feedback form with a heading. Now what we used to do previously was we edit code, modify code, we run npm build, then run the instance from that image, and every time we do any changes we need to create the new instance of the container. Now this time we'll be implementing Bindmount. Without creating new instance, we'll be directly seeing the reflected code. So let us go to Docker. Okay. So this is the command is documented here. So earlier what we used to do, we used to run till here. I'll explain again. A very simple command. Okay, let us see in the Explorer. We see that our Docker image is here. Its name is feedback node. Normally this is created when we run npm docker build dot. So what that time happens, from Docker file, we have Docker file over here, our image is created. From this Docker file the image is created. It is taking some time to load. So the image is created. Once the image is created, we can see that our image is over here, the same one, feedback -node, and the tag is :volumes. The tag is just a name given. Suppose we want to create more feedback node column volumes 2, so just a ID of this. And what we used to do was we already used to run these commands: docker run -d p is the port in which we'll open our browser. It is the Docker port, internal port, need not worry. Just we need to worry about this one. If we write 3000, it will open in 3000. And name, this is the name. This is actually a known command we have already done. Name means whatever name we'll give will will be created here and refer name will have. Then after that we'll give -v named volume path for sharing. This one we did in previous video, but this is you can say that this is not that very important for this video. But what we need to understand is that we are writing -v named volume name. We have to write one name. We are giving path of the volume. Suppose when we create volume, at that point of time we have to give one name to the volume. This term is also called named volume only. Suppose if we go over here, we open up volume. So what we used to did in there, we have written feedback May 28. So this was created. Okay, till here everything was done, and after that this line was there, image tag. What is this? The same thing which we just seen. We create container instance based on the Docker image, and the image over here is feedback node. So every time we used to create this instance, we modify code, run this command, create new instance, then again see, and we repeat. But this is the extra thing we are adding now. And if you are new to volume, need not worry. I'll just suggest that after this video you can go to there and just see it. It's also a quick video. Just the solution problem we have seen, what problem this fixes, that the file which was getting lost in the by creating new container will be fixed. So what we are doing here in Bindmount is we are adding an anonymous volume. What is an anonymous volume? We have one screenshot here. Let me just open it. We have just seen this one. See, there are two types of external storage. One is volume, one is Bindmount. So mostly we have worked with named volume. This fixes a problem. We had anonymous volume was not fixing the problem of file getting lost. Then what was the actual use of anonymous volume if it doesn't solve the purpose? So this is the purpose. This is one additional purpose which anonymous volume fixes. Normally when we talk about volume, we use name volume only. So anonymous volume is just for reference purpose. See, this is the use case where we are using anonymous volume. Anonymous means we are not giving name, just the path. So what we are doing here, -v. See, in name volume we used to give one thing, some name is given :path, but in anonymous volume we will directly give path. -v, in simple terminology, we will write this flag, this command we need to write. -v project root path. What is this path? The path of the local and path of the local and path of the Docker. Let us implement it. That will be easy. Suppose if we go over here, right click on this, copy the path. I think we need to path. We copied the path. Okay. Docker. See, this command is already there in the document, but we'll do step by step. Docker run. D is for detach mode. Need not worry about this. Just what D does it when we press enter after the full command, it will not block the code. Means we can write more command in this terminal. -p. This is for port. We are running a Node.js application. Okay, we want to open in which port? So that port is 3000 :80. What is 80? 80 is the internal Docker port. Okay, let me also see the command. Okay, rm. So what is rm? Rm is just a flag which is passed. Whenever we destroy this container, it will automatically get removed, because if we don't pass this command, still it will work, but it will create redundant, means many copies of the container will be stored. So for refactoring we do this. When we stop the container, that container will be destroyed. Now we'll give the name of the container. Any name we can give. I think we have given here feedback app. Okay. Feedback app. Okay. So when we type this couple of time, it will be the second nature. Just because we are doing the first time, it is taking time. So we have given port, RM, name. Okay. Now we need to give this path. -v -v feedback may. So we are creating, this is not that this volume exists. We are writing new one. Suppose today's date is June 8. So we can give June 8 path. What we were doing there, this is the name volume 1, which we already done in the previous video, but it's still what we are giving named volume path and path till where the document was kept. So what we were doing we were doing that user was uploading the form and that file is coming inside that feedback. So we were giving path of the feedback so that this file is not lost whenever new container is created. So till now we haven't done anything about Bindmount. We are writing the old command only. Okay. Now we will write -v project root path. Okay. So local path, we are writing code in the local. How will Docker know that? We need to give the path. So that path will write over here. But it is advisable that we write within quotes because path can have space and it can have any other thing which without quotes it may not come, like space, hyphen, some other term. Okay, we need not give any file path, just the project root path is okay. App. Now what is this app? App is the Docker. See, if we go to Docker over here, we haven't created any till now, but if when we open this, suppose the previous one which we created, app is the root file. See over here in the Docker file we mentioned app, so over there inside app only, when the container will be running, only then we can open it. We give app. See, we will come across one problem with this command. I am telling you here only. See, what we are trying to do is, whatever we are with Bindmount, what we are trying to do is, whatever we are running over here, that code will be replaced exactly inside app. But one problem will come here. Let me show in document. When we run over here, we will see that when we run the node, error will come. Let us do only, no problem. Error will come and feedback app, feedback node volume. Okay, we have given here feedback node volume space. Now the last piece of the code is, see over here, see the syntax over here. First we have written all this command, we have given container name, we have added volume, we have now added Bindmount, which is local root path, and the Docker path. This is app and this is the path till our project. And final piece of this command is image name : tag, and our image name is feedback node : volumes. Feedback node : volumes is what I was trying to say, that if we will see, if we will hit this command na, it will be created, container will be created, but when we run this command na, we will see that some error, nothing open, browser will not open. And what we did after that, okay, what was the issue? So we did docker log. This is the command to check whether it is opening or not, the container which is opening or not. It's better I'll do it only. Let us hit enter and check over here, are created. See, this ID is created, means now create. Our container is created. Now we can open it. We can see all the file of the Docker inside there. Now what point is run container. Now we have to run the node. What is command? Local run. Port 3. Enter. See, our container only got destroyed with the command. It got destroyed. Sorry. System is actually taking some time to reflect, but anyways the point is that we need to our application crashed, right? It didn't open. See, we are getting error, otherwise our application should be here. So we have to find cause. So we can do it by the command docker log, I think it is singular, plural logs. We have to write container name or ID. We have given name feedback app. See this one only. If we go over little bit top, see this one, the container name which we were trying to run, we have given here feedback app. This link will add in the description. This one, feedback app. Okay, so we are trying to understand that why this is not running. Docker logs feedback app. No such container found. Container found was we added rm flag, and was when it got removed. Let us create this container again, removing rm flag. So what rm flag will do, when we destroy it, the container will not be removed. That will create as we see pointer in the external. Okay, this one only we have created. Where if we hover this, we can see complete detail of this container. Okay, see container. Now go to the again localhost 3000, enter. and we go back to our wish code. It is not, and container is not destroyed also. So let us now run the same command again, docker run docker logs feedback app, and see what is the issue. And we see a problem. The problem is that it is not getting express. When we go to the server, first is we are importing the express module, which is Node.js package framework. So what is the problem it is having, that when we use docker file and run the command in docker build dot, that point of time npm runs and package install at the docker app folder directory. But now once we add Bindmount, we mean the same command here, that extra v flag, that point of time whatever is there in the local storage in the you're using docker means we don't have npm module in our local file. This one is there but it is not using, it is an empty directory. So what we have to do now, we have to run a flag, and we have to just do ignore, like we do in git ignore mod time wasting thing. Same command will write with one extra v flag, and this is means once we'll apply it now, it will be basic drill, because we have to do every time, need not copy the volume, we not replace the node volume. Okay, so the command we will add is this one. Okay, over here only we'll give it is the same command, we'll copy v flag and see the way it is written. This is the docker path. Inside docker there already exists app/node module, app/node modules. Yeah, this one only. We have to write a before image name. Okay, last command will be the last piece of the command will be the image from which we are creating the container. We write over here app/node modules space body. Okay. We are in flag just this one we existed, so we go there. Remove. So you got the point. The RM flag to